Leading your organization towards real agility can take different amounts of time depending on your circumstances. But no matter how much time it takes, there's a common change adoption curve that describes how people will move gradually into the new reality of real agility. Really, what we're trying to do is we're trying to take your old existing organizational structure and replace it. And we're going to replace it with the new organizational structure, whatever it happens to be. In order to make that change, one way you can think about it is, we have to actually go in and change stuff in the old organization. But another way to think about it is to attract people into the new structure. So instead of saying, we're going to change your role, we're going to say, hey, why don't you come join this new structure that we're building over here? And so at first, you might have, 95% of your people in the old structure and only 5% in the new structure. But over time, that changes. So eventually you have very few people left in the old structure and lots of people in the new structure. Now, that shift of people follows a kind of pattern. And you might have seen this illustrated. It's a bell curve. Over time, we can describe the different groups of people that will join the new organization. So at the very start, you have the innovators and the early adopters. These are people who will do something new just because it's new. They don't need a lot of convincing. They don't actually even need that much support. They'll just go for it. Now, the next group, they struggle a little bit more. This is the early majority. And the early majority need some evidence. They need to have very clear marching orders and encouragement. They're the ones who really need that safety of an environment for change. Now, the early majority will still move relatively quickly and early on in your change effort. After the early majority comes the late majority. These are people who need a lot of evidence. They need a little bit more of a push. They're going to need to have people that they trust who have said, yes, come join us. This new thing, whatever it is good. Finally, you have the laggards. The laggards are the people who will almost always just resist. And we'll talk about them in another video. But it's important to understand that this is a predictable pattern. Leaders need to be aware of this so that they understand where people are coming from. It's usually very obvious who is in each category as you're making your change. And don't forget, even leaders can fall into these different categories. Thanks for watching Leading to Real Agility. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and let me know in the comments if you have any questions.